Hello there, everybody. Greetings. Greetings and happy Tuesday afternoon. This is your host, Elaine Bartlett, at the Purple Portal with you and for you. And as ever, I'm completely enchanted to be here with you, just loving you and sharing with you in my own simple, humble, Elaine way. And this day, I'd like to give a special thanks to a couple of you that you really touched my heart. I'm going to give a shout out first to Yola Abdu, who is a dental hygienist in Palm Bay, Florida. And last week, Yola was kind enough to share with me, with all of her people on Facebook and whatever social media she's connected to, that they should listen in, and I so appreciate that. And this week, I have a dear friend up in Bergen County, New Jersey, who did the same thing, unsolicited, unbeknownst to me, and her name is Jeannie Brennan. And if you need a public speaker up there for one of your events, or a life coach, talk to me, because I'll steer you right to Jeannie, and she will help you and lift your spirits. She certainly did lift mine today. So thank you, Jean, very much. And much success to you in everything that you're doing. And also, I have a couple of interesting... Well, we're going to be talking Feng Shui today. So let me put that right out there. And this is a 2-hour show, simply because last week there were so many wonderful callers, and you wanted to know kind of what's happening, how's my bed, where's my head, what do I do next to usher in 2017 energetically, which the first of the usherings in is this Saturday. So we've got a lot to talk about with Feng Shui. I urge you to call in 321-806-3159. And in the meantime, I have to share some things because they're so touching and so lovely. This past week, I needed a new appliance in my home. I'm new to the area. I didn't know where to go. Where do you look? You look in Sears, you look in the appliance store, and I went to a couple and didn't always meet with the warmest of receptions until I got to this one place in Melbourne. And I'm trying desperately to find the name so I can really give it a proper shout out. I think it was, he's going to kill me. His name was Harold. If I can't find his name, I'll have to tell you about it next week as well. But he was such a dear, and he was so helpful. I think it was Top Line. I think that's what it was, Top Line Appliances. So the good people are around, and you need to pop in and find these people. Well, all right then. It seems like I have a caller on the line. Hi there. Who is this?
This is Debbie.
Hello, Debbie.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So sorry I missed your show last week, but delighted that you have a 2-hour one this week.
Well, thank you, Debbie. And Debbie's sitting around, surely not eating bonbons. Debbie has lost, what, Debbie, now 100 pounds?
115. Yeah.
115 pounds. And in the process of that journey, Debbie is a world-class entertainer. So she's been out truly entertaining the troops. And years ago when I visited Debbie in Ohio, Debbie had the most magical bed and breakfast. Do you still use that at all as a bed and breakfast, Debbie?
I don't know. I'm kind of at a crossroads, Elaine. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do because the music is done at the end of January. Haven't had the house as a bed and breakfast for a while. Don't really know if I should stay in the little town I'm in. I just really I'm kind of up for grabs, open to the universe.
Well, we have stepped into a new beginning cycle. We certainly have, which is helpful for you. As a matter of fact, we're not quite in it yet, so, hold your horses. And as the energy rolls in after February 3rd, Saturday being the change of the animal signs, it's the beginning of the shift. It's the lunar shift. But then you have the solar shift. And then at that point, we're stepping into the month of the tiger, and we're stepping into something called wood rising. And acupuncturists should love this because it's the time where you have your liver detoxed, you strengthen your liver. People with liver ailments, it'll crop up then if they've had way too much holiday. But it is the time to detox, and liver, of course, resonates to the emotion anger.
Okay.
And there is so much anger rampant on this dear planet right now. I'm concerned about people's livers. Even though this year we're stepping into, yes, the new beginnings, but we're stepping into what we call Khan in the middle of the Bagua, which is the one energy, and that's not connected to the emotion anger. It's connected to fear.
Okay.
So between fear and anger, we have an awful lot to accept and then let it go.
Okay.
I've been reading a lot about people doing all these different let go journeys. Good if that's what serves you. I think it's just as we stay in the moment and begin that journey of just let it go, it's a whole lot easier than we've ever been programmed or taught to believe.
Okay.
Now, I remember your birthday is October. Yes?
October 7th.
Yeah. Okay, stop right there. That's all I need right this second. Okay. Now, give me the year, Debbie.
1953.
Okay. So for you that don't know what I'm doing out there, I'm actually saving myself the effort of doing the manual Chinese equations to come up with what I would term it this way. What exactly is Debbie? And some of you are rolling your eyes going, oh, I can hear it. She's a girl. Well, yes, but she's a whole lot more than that. And really, what I'm looking at right here for that year, 1953, is Debbie came in as a water snake. And Debbie is, in Chinese, I would say Sun, S-U-N, which is the direction of southeast. So one of Debbie's bugaboos, and it's almost a parallel universe here. It's a bugaboo, and yet it's your strongest piece. The southeast is all about the self-awareness to have self-esteem. And so it could swing one way or another. There's lack of self-worth, lack of self-esteem, to, holy Moses, look out, she's a dynamite. And wherever that takes you, you have to be careful of. And interestingly, this year, the 9 energy, well, the flying stars, you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but the number 9 flying star is actually on you this year, Deb.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Yes, it's very good. It's not an
no.
no.
Good?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Yep. Because 9 brings success, fame, expansion. Now, knowing that it expands everything.
I don't want expansion of the body.
Well, no, that's just what I was going to caution you about. When the word expansion comes toward our infrastructure, it can mean countless things. How about expansion of your bank account, expansion of your circle of friends, expansion in your love life? If you were 29 and wanting to get pregnant, I'd say expansion of children, expansion of education. In this year, for you, it should actually be expansion of self-worth and self-esteem.
Okay.
But that self is spelled with a capital S. That's not a lowercase s. We've all got to step into our higher self because it's who we are, and when we really go there, that's going to be the quantum shift for each of us.
Okay.
And I'm just going to take a second here because I think everybody can benefit from this. I've been studying a lot now with some teachers. Well, I've always studied with teachers that are off the planet. They're actually not embodied. And this teacher stepped forth this past month. And here's what this teacher, I'll quote because he said it to someone else, but I took it immediately. Oh, that's mine too. And so the teacher told me, I am divine awareness. I am the eternal. And I believed him. And I simply lived in that. Now, how cool is that? That's really your mantra for the year. I simply believe that I am the eternal, and there is nothing else. There is no second. And I don't care what's going on in this country. Everybody's trying to make the second the first. There's only one.
Okay.
And until we firmly dig our heels in with just that simple, there is only one, and I'm it, well, the world's going to, our country particularly, sadly, will rock and roll and reel because of the hatred and the vitriol that's cooking. So you are to have no part of that. You are to stay absolutely free of all that contention if you want to expand where it looks like you could easily expand.
Okay.
Now, as far as your 9, okay, so what's happening, because universally, and you're not, you really reach the full tilt of your energy at your birthday. Everyone does. So
next October?
Yeah, next October. So that's when the 9 clicks in for you. Not the 9 star that I'm speaking of, the energy field of a 9. And what that will bring to you at that point is closure. This year, in these remaining months between now and October, look for signs. Look for signs. And don't be angsting over, I didn't get the sign. The signs are there, and they're going to naturally show themselves at the right cycle.
Okay.
Excuse me. And the sign I'm looking for is that, wait, I have to put a peppermint in my mouth. Okay. Pardon me. The sign I'm looking for you is one of, I clearly know that this should close and this should open.
Okay.
And until you know that, there's nothing else to do except be. Be in the awareness of your eternal self.
Okay.
The more I keep dropping off things, Debbie, from my thinking, the more I see better and better results. It's remarkable.
Okay. Okie doke.
Mm-hmm. And as far as your house, this is a real estate year for you. So you may, now it's going to be a little rocky because you still got the 8 cooking.
Okay.
Because the 9 didn't click in yet for you because you're not there yet. So you may really consider selling the house.
Okay.
I have to tell you, that's something that you may want to call Elaine off the air.
Okay.
And ask really a full-on question about it.
Okay.
So that I can really go very deeply into it.
Okay.
All right. But I do have a message for you. Now I have to take the peppermint out. Excuse me. But my wonderful Jeff brought me a glass of water. Okay. Because this message was for the first person who called in. And I thought, I wonder who that's going to be. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Get your Kleenex.
Okay.
There is a loved one who has recently crossed over, who wants you to know she is with you. She is wrapping her loving energy around you and asks you to feel the peace and serenity within your heart and mind about her passing. She is living and enjoying tremendously her lightening up process, and she deeply desires for you to feel peaceful in your world. And she's asking you to let go of any painful emotions that you could possibly be holding on to, and allow her loving presence to flow in your heart. And she will bring you the peace and serenity that is yours by nature.